I started using foldables several years ago when I was teaching a math class. At the beginning of each chapter, there was a small section that talked about ways to make an interactive study guide to be used for the unit. It seemed like a really good idea to me as a way to help me plan my lessons and a really good way to help students organize their work. And as we started getting used to using these foldables, they became a real treat. We started to get really excited about starting our new chapters to see what the foldable was going to look like. Well, I didn't think foldables went much beyond this. I was trying to apply my use of them in my science class. They were really effective in my math class. Students started using them when they needed to refer to their notes. It just became a regular part of our class. Well, a few years ago, I went to the National Science Conference, and I went to a seminar put on by Dinah Zike, who is the creator of the foldables. And it made me realize that I knew about this much about foldables, and there's a world of foldables out there. They go across grade level, they go across curriculum topic, and hopefully in the videos you're about to see of some students here at ISKL, you'll see the real practical use of foldables in the classroom.
What I liked about foldables was that it was a visual representative of our work, and it helped us memorize and learn for our tests. I like making foldables because when you're in the process of making it and putting all the colors in, you start to get a good memory of it. And then when you get home for homework, you can look back on it and just remember everything you learned in class. Okay, so the foldables are really cool because they help you color coordinate your the different subjects in them, and that's also a good way to remember what you learned in class.
Okay, I like making foldables because it's much more creative than just writing it down on a piece of paper, so it helps you more.
I think foldables in math are a good way for students to self-study.
I think foldables is much easier and better because you use less paper, and we only used a few sheets and cut them up and stapled them together.
The thing I like about foldables is that when you're trying to memorize stuff, it's really stressful and then you have to think a lot about it. But when you're making foldables, it's like really fun and information at the same time. So it's really fun to learn. It's fun and learning at the same time.
I think in math and science, foldables are good as an organizational tool for kids. In middle school, a lot of times they're still struggling with organization, and I think this is just one tool to help them.
We made foldables in Spanish for verb endings for AR, ER, and IR. It helped me remember the verb endings for all of them.
I like foldables because when you're studying for a test and you just want some quick notes, not like a whole book, then you can just use this and it has basically everything you need to know on it.
I used foldables in my Spanish class for different tense endings, and they worked fantastically. Just another way for kids to learn the different tense endings. They're colourful, they're fun, and they're easily accessible.
My foldable helped me because it was easily organized and it told me all the different rocks and what they're used for.
Foldables have been really useful in humanities, particularly for something like word study. What we did with word study is have kids investigate the roots of a word. The folds of the foldable will help kids review for a test. For example, we see the word omnipotent here. Kids have written the OMNI part in red because this is actually another base element. It comes from, as you can see on the other side, it comes from a Greek root meaning all-powerful. And the POTE, a base element here. And then they talk about other words that share this. They come down here, they give you the definition, and down the end, the synonyms.
I remember the layers of the earth foldable because it really helped me review the layers of the earth, because the foldable actually looked like the layers of the earth, so you could actually really easily tell which one you were looking for.
Dinah Zike's website is full of a lot more great ideas on foldables and ways that you can implement them across all subject areas.